Thank you all for coming here today. We very much so appreciate you. And please thank you for your patience. We know that everything has been trying, difficult, and quite pioneering-wise. It's been hard to figure this all out. But we're going to do the best we can and make this a very special day for Brendan. And with that, we will begin. Please open our court.
Here opens the ethereal court of Seto and Ines, this 30th day of April, and a Societatis 54 in the chimerical realm. Their Majesties call forth Mistress Morgana Rowe Morganwig. You may speak now.
Gracious Majesties.
There you go.
I am Morgana Rowe Morganwig, member of the Order of the Laurel, member of the Order of the Pelican, court baroness, and very old lady. I humbly beg a boon from your gracious dragon majesties.
If it be a right and proper thing and within our power, it shall be yours.
I, with great joy, ask you to recognize Brendan O Corraidhe as a member of your most noble Order of the Laurel.
Summon our most noble companions of the Order of the Laurel.
Masters and mistresses of the Laurel, present yourself before their majesties.
Noble lords and ladies, is it your opinion that Brendan, for their skill in bardic arts, is worthy of elevation into the Order of the Laurel?
There's two.
Aye.
So yeah, seven or eight of us were.
Lord Brendan, present yourself before their majesties. Pause while I try to find Dimitri. There you go.
Here comes before the ethereal dragon throne the co-vigilant Brendan O Corraidhe, companion to the orders of the Evergreen and the Willow, companion to the order of the Crith of Northshield and the honor of the Heliotrope of Nordskogen, companion of the Iris of Merit and the order of the Sable Thistle of Ansteora, principal of the Ansteoran Queen's College of Bards at the 20-year celebration, baronial bardic champion of Cleftlands, Stargate, and Bryn Gwled, twice Midrealm Royal Bardic Champion for Reina Ines and Queen Amalie I, twice and current holder of the Noble Cup, the Northern Oaken Bardic Lanyapa of Excellence, and member of the Meritorious Order of the Shire of the Shadowlands.
Thank you very much, Master Dimitri. Well said. Brendan, you had some business. It said you wanted to relieve yourself of your green belt and everything that you need to do.
I did that when I entered your court, Your Majesty.
Excellent. I want to make sure.
Is there a royal peer who will attest to Brendan's nobility?
Yes. I am Countess Isolde, Laurel and Lady of the Rose.
I am Count William, Knight and Pelican.
And we would attest to the great worth of Brendan and commend him to you with these words.
Among the most important figures from the earliest of Celtic times is the wise Emarhen Gluhil. He can be thought of as the first Olam Aaron, the chief bard of Ireland. Many parallels of Emarhen's life can be found in the tales of Taliesin and Merlin of Camelot.
The chief bards of Erin held a social position equal to that of kings. Such was their worth to the great people of the Green Isle of the Mighty. It is much the same with Brendan. His name is known far and wide, appointed to the highest of stations by the word of the crown, and entered onto the roll of honor of the most noble order of the Laurel.
And wise Brendan holds such a place in the hearts of the people from many kingdoms, journeying across many lands, helping all those who seek his wisdom, promoting the bardic arts with a fierce passion and a caring hand. And like the warrior bards of the ancient Celts, the Cliranach, so too has Brendan stoked the spirit of armies and warriors to do great deeds in battle.
We will close with a short poem from the Song of Amaran, and many thanks to Master Rin Ravenfo, who helped us with this testament, to our beloved and trusted friend, Brendan.
I am wind on the sea.
I am ocean wave.
I am roar of the sea.
I am a hill of poetry.
I am a word of skill.
Who but I speaks the ages of the moon?
Who but I knows the place the sun sets?
I am a song on a spear.
Enchantments on the wind. Thank you, Your
Thank
Majesties.
you, Majesties.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies.
Is there a member of the chivalry who will attest to Brendan's courtesy and chivalry?
There is. So may it please Your Majesties, I am Ephraim Ben Shlomo, Knight of the Society, and I would speak of Brendan's courtesy and chivalry. It is our kingdom's tradition and law that those recognized for their chivalry will be known for their word being dependable beyond doubt or question, for being generous to all, for their courtesy and for their loyalty. By all of these and more, may you know Brendan. Your realm is blessed with many gentles talented in the bardic arts. In the forerank of this great company is Brendan. You will hear his voice raised, never in anger, but in song, in enthusiasm, in appreciative laughter at the repertoire of those around him. He shares his expert knowledge eagerly, happily, and often. Brendan is unfailingly courteous, not just to those of high rank, but also to gentles new to our company. And what is more, Your Majesties, he is untarnished by pretense or selfish guile. He is genuine in all things. What appears on the outside is faithful to the truth of him, and I would depend upon his word without question. These attributes are in the noblest tradition of your great kingdom and of our society. Brendan has long been my peer, and to recognize him is a credit to yourselves and to your most noble order of the Laurel. So may it please Your Majesties.
Thank you very much, Sir Knight. Well said.
Is there a companion of the Pelican who will attest to Brendan's service?
Hi, Your Majesties. Your Middle Majesties, and those in exile for the good of the realm. I am Elishava Basriva, Companion of the Order of the Laurel, Companion of the Order of the Pelican, Baroness of the Court of Edmund and Catherine III. I speak to you today as a member of the Pelican. It has not been an easy task to contain the joy I feel to finally come to this day. To be able to speak these words in honor of a friend who has been around as long as I have, or maybe a little longer. I first met Brendan through his voice when my Lord husband brought a recording home from Anstiora close to 4 decades ago. I've been enamored with him as a bard since then. But it didn't stop there. It wasn't long and I was able to meet him in the flesh. First at the SCA's 20-year celebration, and then became real friends with him when he moved to the Midrealm. Well, really Northshield, but I'm not here to quibble. Well, speaking of his bardic prowess and service would be easy and fun. I'm here to speak of his prowess of service. Yes, we all know it, if done well, bardic arts and performance are a service, but his is more than that. He started out as a group's night marshal in his first shire. Back in AS20, he did administrative work for the Anstioran College of Bards. After his move north, he received a purple fret for organizing the Shirtless Squires Singing Dishwashing Squad, and probably other things. And he's still doing dishes. That's the thing, isn't it? To do what you can do because it needs to be done. And that's Brendan in a nutshell. He did it 40 years ago because it needed to be done. He did it 30 years ago because it needed to be done. 20 years ago, 10 years ago, and he's still doing it because it needs to be done. And so, Your Majesties, and those in exile for the good of the realm, I commend unto you the Honorable Lord Brendan O Corraidhe, because you're doing today what needs to be done.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Is there a Master of Defense who will attest to Brendan's courage and honor?
Here is Your Majesty. I am Robert of Gilwell, Master of Defense. I come to your court from the lands of Onsteora via paths that, and I say this in simple truth, none have traversed before now.
Very true. Please, thank you.
I speak with some trepidation. How does an order less than 5 years old speak to nearly 4 decades of performing arts? For that is what he has brought. Brendan has taken the long path. His courage, Your Majesty, you and I are fighters and we know what it is like to face a warrior. How much worse to face an audience? How much more courage does it take to know that you will not hear whether your opponent speaks well of you later? You don't know what they will say later that night, the next day, the next year. For you are not there to call the blow or have the blow called. This is the courage of Brendan O Corraidhe, and he has done it for 4 decades. He took the long path, and he will remember the long path, and he will show grace and honor to bards who take a long time to develop. I have seen him do this. He and I have worked in the same College of Bards, and we have seen the same problems that that college could create. But in that time, I saw that he served the bards, that he believed, that he supported those who were competing with him at that moment in competition. Brendan O Corraidhe is my peer.
Thank you so much, and very well said. We appreciate you.
Is there a member of the populace who will speak to Brendan's virtue?
There are, Your Majesty. So may it please Your Majesties. This is the Honorable Lady Julian Beecham, Companion of the Order of the Evergreen.
And this is the Honorable Lord Llewellyn Glendiverdwy, also a Companion of the Order of the Evergreen.
And we are honored to speak of Brendan's services to the populace of the Mid-Realm.
And the society at large.
Technically, this should be sung to the tune of Padstow's May Morning Song, but our Boran doesn't have Zoom.
In AS 43, from the Lone Star State came he.
And Mid-Realm honors Brendan tonight. He flew on Owen's wings, and of Bowie still he sings. He fights the good bardic fight. For bardic arts to grow, from many heads must wisdom flow.
And Brendan's wit helps bards to take flight.
To nurture green young trees, he helped serve bardic teas. Fights the good bardic fight.
From Gorset's founding day to the Kabahan Cafe.
With a gift of fruits and Turkish delight.
With mandolin and song, he bid us sing along.
He fights the good bardic fight. As part of Roundhouse 1, he added to the fun.
And ran the bardic circle each night. He taught of Irish lore, and then he swept the floor.
He fights the good bardic fight. His wisdom he'd allot as the populace he taught. And Mid-Realm honors Brendan tonight. He keeps the dream alive and the bardic arts to thrive. He fights the good bardic fight. So may it please Your Majesty.
Thank you very much. Very much so does please us.
Very inspired. Thank you. Brendan, right mindful of your service to the society and responsive to the wishes of your peers, we are resolved to create you a Master of the Laurel. As the laurel wreath has ever stood for excellence, so do we give it to you as the symbol of the mastery of your art. Therefore, will you, Brendan, give us your word to continue to fulfill the requirements set forth for the governance of this order, as you must surely have until now?
Volo, I will.
Will you increase your labors nobly, increase your talents as befit one of your rank, and seek to disseminate your talents and abilities throughout the society?
Volo, I will.
Do you promise to train any dependents you may have to do likewise?
Volo, I will.
Then take from our hands this symbol of nobility.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And token of our esteem. Wear it proudly that all may recognize your skills and your service as we have acknowledged it this day. Brendan, when you begin your oath, the camera will go back to you.
I would like to thank Lady Leodin for her help with the translation. Mivum ansha jilchak, agus shervish do croin naman reacta. Kunan croin, ashavridu lemo erami agus albutakti. Kiranai ha leonon egshul, leonant erai egnuinia yamedu. Agus aviuntak eren flask achayan me. Davri shin mivum, Brendan O Corraidhe.
This do we hear, and shall never forget, nor fail to reward that which is given. Fealty with love, service with honor, and oath-breaking with justice.
Rise, Brendan O Corraidhe, companion of the Order of the Laurel.
Congratulations, Corey.
Congratulations.
You finished his thanks, Jay.
All right.
Kirian, you may go forth.
Yeehaw! We're gathered here today because this here Bringwillad boy has gone and done good. To translate from the ancient Antheoran, Brendan, I would speak of you. In Bringwillad was your debut. Then on griffin's wings you flew, singing all the way. Then you paused and found a wife, focused on a father's life. With children, your time was rife, family filled the day. But once again, you heard the call, dictation of the muse to scrawl, to strum a chord and play the hall. To our fires you returned. Now Seto king and Inez queen, upon electrons all unseen, anoint you with a laurel sheen. This honor you have earned. For skill with wit and word and phrase, tunes to delight, tales to amaze, great deeds to note, and worthies praise, an Ullah's work to do. So I say, Brendan O Corraidhe, this father's, husband's, mad uncle's story, today's your day for praise and glory. The journey starts anew. Gunairi un bohariat, gume un gi igone ar d'chul. May the road rise to meet you, and may the wind be always at your back.
Well said. Thank you very much, Master Karen. For last, everybody's closing words, thank you so much for coming here tonight. We know there was a lot of finagling, and we made it through this ethereal journey. I'm so glad we were able to recognize you, and it's so amazing to think of 4 decades of work that you've had to the society. And in this time of unprecedented challenges, we are glad that we were able to recognize you. And this is something that makes the society very real. For no matter what, this trans versus the ethereal realm to places that we cannot be together to see our brothers and sisters from Osceola and every other part of the society. It really makes us think how much this game has influenced, as well as also helped each and every one of us grow. Your Majesty.
I just wanted to say that Brendan, teaching is such a big part of the Laurel, and you are one of the best. And I look forward to the spread of your knowledge continuing as it has for these many years. It is a privilege to add you to this noble order, the Laurel, and thank you for your service as my Bardic champion of North Oaken.
It has been my pleasure, Your Majesty.
Please close our court.
Here closes the court of Seto and Ines.